Yo, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo. And we are back in the red room. In this situation right here, this is from all the non-stop reoccurring unalivings that's been now taking place in the Georgia Department of Corrections. So I have now a list of red room videos that I will be displaying for y'all. But this situation right here speaks on the non-stop, closely knitted unalivings in your cell with your cellmate. And this story right here is altered a little bit to protect both parties in this situation. And I'm not in the field of protecting the murderers of these inmates on this inmate to inmate violence, but to protect myself and bring these stories to y'all, I have to do some type of rearranging. But this is how the situation went. This is in Ware State Prison, Level 5 Camp in Waycross, Georgia. And you never know what's going to take place with your cellmate in your cell to have something escalate to the point where you can find yourself unalived, or you're having to pour somebody else out to keep yourself alive. And this story right here is dedicated to Christopher Henry and the remembrance of Christopher Henry. And my condolences to you and to the family and loved ones of this gentleman. But he was arguing with his cellmate. And it was reported that people are hearing them arguing through the night. And they knew that his cellmate was a wild individual anyway. And they always kept up some type of tit for tat thing going on. But it said this night, you can hear them really like yelling kind of loud at each other or whatever. And then you kind of heard some rumbling in the cell. And people were listening through the walls like, yo, that sound like they really going at it this time. Like, something going on. Then you hear boom. Now you hear people hitting walls and stuff like that. And if you're listening through another cell, you can kind of hear exactly what's going on. If you know the prison life in the chain gang, you know that somebody is hitting these walls hard or hitting the railing of the bunk. You can hear somebody's head getting rammed into a bunk, and then you can tell that somebody is getting over on the other person. You can hear the sneaker movement on these waxed floors in these cells, and you can know that somebody is getting over on the other person because it sounds like a one-way fight. And this was his cellmate getting over on him. Like, I'm talking about, I heard that he pulled out that thing and started poking him non-stop, just hitting him and hitting him and hitting him. And this dude is trying to get out the cell. He's trying to get towards that door, but he has a vice type grip on him, and he's pouring him out, stabbing him all in his chest area and stuff like that. But he's holding him this way, have him up, just stab him fast. It wasn't like very deep stabs, but it was enough to get him to start pouring out so much. And then they said he got him one good time in his artery, and this was started making like constant bleeding and then internal bleeding. Now he's trying to turn around and fight for his life, but it was to no avail. The dude just kept going and going and going. And the crazy part about this is after this situation was done, he takes his roommate and lays him back into his bunk and starts putting covers over him, because certain type of unalivers or murderers, they can't take the sight of what they did, the aftermath of what they did. So he's covering up the face so he don't see the unalived face. And then he goes and he lays down himself. And this is taking place in the hole. This is in the hole. So it was no getting out that cell in the first place. He just wanted to try to get some help. And then when morning came, bro. When morning came, sources say that the people next door to them, their cellmates next door, is calling out for Buddy. And asking him, is he alright? They say, yo, you alright over there? Like, cause they knew that they heard a lot of ruckus, like late in the night, and they heard some rumbling going on over there. And you can tell that something was taking place, and they just wanted to see if this man was alright. And what his roommate said to them left them quiet. And the people that was listening in the other cell on the other side, that can hear when he yelled out, nah, he gone, man. He gone, bro. He dead. And they sat over there. I was like, damn. Because they could have did something or started kicking on them doors while they heard that situation going on. They could have started rocking them doors. You know what I'm saying? So an officer can come in and be like, yo, what's going on? Where's that? What's up, man? What's cell? And they could have tried to get him some help, even if it was to try to resuscitate him and bring him back to life or something like that. But they chose to mind their business in a time that he needed them the most. And these situations is too closely knitted. You don't know when the attack is going to come, where it's going to come from, and at what time. If they catch you sleeping, they catch you writing and they're behind you, you're looking out the window, or you're on the toilet using the restroom, and they attack you. They can attack you in some very vulnerable moments. The worst person to have as a enemy inside the prison is your cellmate, because this is where you piss, and you sleep, and where you're supposed to feel the most like chill at. When you let your guard down is when them doors close. You shouldn't have the enemy inside the cell with you, man. And once again, this situation right here is dedicated to Christopher Henry. Rest in peace to Christopher Henry, man. It's sad, these unalivings that's taking place in the Georgia Department of Corrections, man. It's really sad. It's not a good thing. It's a reoccurrence. The death toll is very, very high. And it's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing this year. Trust me. This your boy Big Miz from the zoo. And thank y'all for coming into the Red Room with me. Y'all take it easy, y'all. Peace.